Universal has a brand new resort coming to Texas, and I am really excited about this park, not only because it's designed specifically for kids, so everything at this park is just going to be perfect for your kids. Mostly, I would say elementary school aged kids and younger, but also because it's in Texas, which is just such an exciting thing for people who not only live in Texas, but people who might live closer to Texas than they do California or Florida. I went to an in person training and I'm here to tell you all the details that I learned about this amazing new vacation destination. Welcome to Disney Travel Tales. I am your host, Jenny, and this show is just about Disney vacations, Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney cruises. Sometimes we throw in a little bit of Universal. If you love traveling to Disney, if you want to travel to Disney, or just love the idea of it, then this is the show for you. New episodes drop every Monday. When I'm helping families plan vacations, and let's say they have kids around the age of like 3 to 9, I typically recommend Disney parks because I feel like they are just designed a little bit better for kids this age over the Universal parks that currently exist in Orlando and Hollywood. Now, this new resort is really going to change the way I help families plan travel because this resort and park is made for kids. So instead of advising to go to a Disney park, I might instead choose this park. Now let's just get to some basic information about the park. It's coming to Frisco, Texas, which if you're not familiar with Texas, Frisco is in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, so it's northeast of Texas. And Universal says it's coming in 2026. However, they have not announced an opening date as of now. When I was in the training, they did say that when they announce the opening date, booking availability is going to open pretty quickly. Like it could literally be at the same time. This is when we're opening and now you can start booking. So I think if this is something that's on your radar for a family vacation, you really want to be prepared to book as soon as it opens. Universal says that this kids resort is where kids rule the day in 7 amazing lands: the Isle of Curiosity, DreamWorks Animation's Shrek's Swamp, Puss in Boots Del Mar and Trollfest, Jurassic World Adventure Camp, and Nickelodeon's SpongeBob SquarePants Bikini Bottom, and finally Illumination's Minions vs. Minions Bello Bay Club. I'm going to dive in a little bit deeper into each of these lands from the information they've told us. Now, obviously, we haven't visited, so I don't have any personal experience with the park or resort yet, but we'll go into each land in a second. First, I want to talk about the very first Universal-owned hotel that will be at the entrance of this property. This hotel is completely designed for families and will have 300 rooms. The rooms will have like a little living space, an eating space, bunk beds for your kids, and then a nice larger size bed for the parents. Now, you might be thinking, but Universal has other hotels. The funny thing is, a lot of people don't realize Universal doesn't actually own the hotels at Universal Orlando. They work and partner with Loews Hotels, and Loews actually owns those hotels, not Universal. Whereas at Disney owns the hotels they have on property. I think this is going to be a really neat addition for Universal to be able to own their own hotel. And I think moving forward, this is going to possibly change the way Universal does things. I will say, as a travel agent, when I am booking either Disney or Universal, it is a little bit easier and more streamlined to book a Disney vacation since Disney owns the hotels and parks, whereas Universal, with the parks and hotel being separate, there's just a few factors that go into booking and then planning and linking your vacation in the app. It's just not as easy. So I just think this is going to be a really great step for Universal moving forward. The hotel itself is very bright. The colors are very bright colors. The outside of it has like blocks, and of like orange and yellow and pink and green and white. It says Universal really large across the top, so you know exactly what you're getting into. And then the windows of the hotels are actually different. There's circle windows, square windows, so it's just really fun and whimsical. You will walk under the hotel to get into the park. So if you're just visiting the park and not staying at the hotel, you will walk under the hotel to get to the entrance of the park. As soon as you enter the park, you walk into the Isle of Curiosity, and this is the first land we're going to talk about. It's a perfect playtopia designed for kids to freely roam and play alongside their favorite characters. You'll enjoy shade trees, restful benches, and fill up on delicious kid-approved classics. And then you can join Gabby for an epic dance party. Gabby's Dollhouse is I would say recently new show, and I only say that because my kids were not kids when Gabby came out, and so my youngest is 13, so it came out decently after she kind of stopped watching these types of shows. But Gabby's Dollhouse is a very popular kids show. I've actually talked to some parents who are so excited that Gabby is actually going to have a place where kids can go meet her and play along and interact with her. There's going to be a Gabby's Cat-tastic dance party, so you'll be able to dance along with Gabby and all of her little cats and favorite songs from the show. I think this is going to be a really fun space, especially for the littler kids that you have in your family or your travel party. There's also in this area going to be a Universal Kids Resort Cafe and then a Kicky's Cupcakes where you can get yummy treats while you are visiting. Moving on to the next land, this is going to be for all of your Minion lovers. My kids would have loved this land when they were younger because they loved the Minions. And this is Illumination's Minions vs. Minions Bellow Bay Club. Let the games begin as Illumination's minions overrun a peaceful vacation retreat. When yellow minions try to tame their wild purple counterparts, it leads to a wave of unpredictable, water-soaked fun. Take part in this action-packed competition or kick back, relax, and watch the chaos unfold. Either way, every splash, laugh, and surprise might just bring everyone closer together. There's actually going to be 2 rides in this land, 2 attractions. One of them is Illumination's Minion vs. Minion Bellow Bay Cruise. And this is just if you think like Cali River Rapids, a lot of water parks or theme parks, Six Flags have these rides as well. It's like the big circle ride that you ride in with like a spinner thing in the middle and you're going through the water and you can get wet. And then there's also the Golf Cart Derby. It says the purple minions have turned a relaxing round of golf completely upside down. Take the wheel and hold on tight as the competition spins out of control. There's also going to be a dining area in this portion of the park as well. Moving right along, you would enter into DreamWorks Puss in Boots Del Mar. Kitty Adoption Day is in full swing in the village of Del Mar, and you are invited to the celebration. Join Puss in Boots for the feline festivities, featuring attractions like Swings over Del Mar and Mama Luna's Puppet Show, classic carnival games, delicious food, and a relaxing sensory garden. Plus, you can meet all your favorite DreamWorks Puss in Boots characters who all think they're the cat's meow. This area looks so much fun and has lots to do. I think this is going to be a great spot for all ages. There's going to be shows, the fun swings where it's like the really tall swings and they go around, food. I think it looks like this might actually be a character meal. It hasn't said that as of yet, but just from the pictures, it looks like it's a possibility. This just looks like a really fun, nice space, especially watching the show. Then we have DreamWorks Troll Fest. Bumping tunes, awesome energy, and smiles for miles. You will be welcomed to DreamWorks Troll Fest, the wildest party in Troll Kingdom, where you will dance, sing, and play alongside Poppy and the gang. Get your trolls on at Sparkle, Shine, Glitter, Glow. Then dance like no one's watching at Trolltastic's Concert Countdown. And it wouldn't be Trolls Fest without a visit to Bro Zone Cones. This area also looks really fun. There's a small coaster over here, which I think is really neat. It says Trollfest is underway, and this is the best seat in the house. You will feel the energy of the festival as you twist, turn, and groove through the land with Rhonda and friends on this armadillo bus ride. From the pictures, it looks like this coaster might kind of be comparable to Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, just kind of a smaller, easier coaster, but perfect for kids of all ages. I think it's going to be really fun. And then they have Here in the Clouds, which is like, it's like you're riding in a hot air balloon. So they just kind of take you up and you move around slowly. So that will also be a great ride for kids who might be a little scared of the coaster. I think they would like this one. There's also lots of entertainment over in this land with a techno dance party and then a Trolltastic concert countdown. This area just looks really bright and colorful, and the music, just like in the movies, it'll really be very immersive and fun. And then you can go grab some ice cream and popcorn while you're over here at Brozone Cones. Okay, so let's talk about Jurassic World Adventure Camp. Jurassic World is on the hunt for its next class of young adventurers, so get ready for some fun and thrills. Encounter baby dinosaurs, roar through the jungle on Jurassic World Cretaceous Coaster, get scientifically silly on Mr. DNA's double helix spin, roam the paddocks, and climb the Jurassic World Lookout Towers at Jurassic World Adventure Camp. From the pictures, this part of the park looks amazing. There is a coaster that looks a little bit more thrilling than the troll one. They have giant net bridges going across the park where kids can walk through with their parents if they want or by themselves. They have a smaller drop ride, not a scary one, just kind of one you see at carnivals where you can go up and probably go down a little bit slower. And one of the coolest things is you have a chance to get to meet a baby raptor. So they have a little show with a baby raptor there as well. This land just looks so much fun and so immersive for your dinosaur-loving kids. Next, we have DreamWorks Shrek's Swamp. In DreamWorks Shrek's Swamp, you can meet Shrek and Fiona as they take you through their fairy tale love story. Splash around in this waterlogged paradise built especially for Shrek's triplets at Shrek's Swamp, Splash, and Smash. That's a bit of a tongue twister. And take a ride on Shrek and Fiona's Happily Ogre After to hear how an ogre and a princess were enchanted by love. This has some slow rides for your kids, so I think kids of all ages will love this. And then there's also a dining area called Swamp Snacks, so you can get some delicious food, take a nice little stroll through these slower rides, and get a chance to meet Shrek and Fiona. And finally, we have SpongeBob SquarePants Bikini Bottom. Get ready for an undersea adventure with Nickelodeon's SpongeBob SquarePants, Patrick, and Sandy in Bikini Bottom. There'll be oceans of nautical nonsense as you explore familiar locations from the hit show, riding the Barnacle Bus, strolling around Muscle Beach, frolicking in Jellyfish Field, and putting your boating skills to the test at Mrs. Puff's Boating School. And no visit to Bikini Bottom is complete without a sky-high sundae from the one and only Goofy Goobers. I think this area is going to be so popular, not only with kids, but with their parents and older siblings. My boys absolutely loved SpongeBob when they were younger. They're both, one's 20, one's 19. But I think being able to go to quote unquote Bikini Bottom would just be really fun for them. I can see parents enjoying this area as well. There is actually lots of attractions over here. I think this might be the biggest land, which is very understandable just because of how long SpongeBob has been around, and I do think it's going to attract a lot of people. So there is the Jellyfish Fields Jamboree. Climb aboard a jelly angler and try out Bikini Bottom's buzziest sport, floating above the coral on a current of fun as you catch bouncing jellyfish with the one and only SpongeBob SquarePants. So this almost looks like comparable to Disney, the flying carpets of Aladdin. Then there's the Barnacle Bus. Surf a wave of fun as you bring it around town aboard the real-life Barnacle Bus. Look out your window and see how many Bikini Bottom sites and residents you can spot. There's not a picture of this, but I'm really curious to see what this is going to look like because I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And then you have Mrs. Puff's Boating School. Free boating lessons for one day only. Is today the day you finally qualify for the Bikini Bottom boating license? Kids and their grown-ups will put their skills to the test and try to impress Mrs. Puff as they swerve and spin and even go backwards through her specifically designed course. Again, there's no picture for this, but this sounds really fun. And I love how each ride a kid can ride. Each ride is designed for kids and their parents to come along with them to have fun. There is some entertainment over here as well. It says Glove World Midday. Test your luck at Glove World Midday. You can have fun and try to win prizes in boardwalk-style games as they net jellyfish at Gone Jellyfishin' or cheer on Gary in the Great Snail Race. Additional fees do apply for these games. And then you have dining at Goofy Goobers. It says no visit to Bikini Bottom is complete without a trip to the one and only Goofy Goobers. Choose from delicious burgers, chicken sandwiches, hot dogs, and salads. But make sure you save room for dessert so you can get extra silly with a sky-high sundae. And if you're in a hurry, you can take your sundae for the road at Goofy Goobers Grab and Go. So overall, I think this park is just going to be so perfect for families with young kids. It looks like it's going to be easily done in a day or two. So you could just have a short little weekend getaway. The resort is right there at the park where you can just hop into the park and back to your room and back to the park. I did not mention this earlier, but the resort is also going to have a really large pool for their guests to enjoy as well. I am very excited to start helping clients plan this trip. I think this is going to be a really popular destination. As soon as it opens, or if it opens to travel agents ahead of time, I will be visiting this. So stay tuned for my personal experience. Because it's only about 3 hours from me, I will be there right when it opens, or hopefully I can visit it early. I have a newsletter that goes out bi-weekly for the most part, and in that newsletter, I offered my newsletter listeners an opportunity to get some free money to take on their trip with them, and I am now extending that to my podcast listeners. I only have 3 spots left, but if you are wanting to travel to this new Universal resort, head to the show notes and fill out the quote form. If you decide to book with me, you will get all of my planning services will be completely complimentary to you, and then I will give you a $50 gift card to use on your trip. You will receive this the week of your travel dates. When new parks open, it is really important to have someone kind of by your side walking you through this. Like I said, I have done in-person training. So I got lots of great tips and advice from the leaders of Universal for this park, and I will be visiting it really soon when it opens. And so just being able to have that firsthand experience to help my clients who are visiting it as well, I think is going to be priceless. Well, I hope you enjoyed this show today. I hope you're excited about this new resort. If you have any questions about it, go ahead and send me an email or send me a message through the podcast. I would love to start chatting about this resort. Also, make sure you're following me on Facebook. That is where I am now keeping up with all things travel related. You can find me at Vacations by Jenny TLT. Make sure you come back next Monday for a brand new episode. I'm not sure what it's going to be about, so you'll have to just see. You'll have to stay tuned. Until then, this is Jenny, and may all your Disney travel dreams become a reality.